Welcome to this week's Commerce Connection TV show. I am pleased to have with me Dr. Bray.
Thank you.
Dr. Bray of Bray Orthodontics. Thank you so much for being here.
Thank you.
Well, one of the things I always love to do is whenever we're introducing a new business is to spend a few moments and getting to know you a little bit. So tell us a little bit about your practice if you don't mind.
Sure. Yeah, we recently opened in October, so we haven't been around here for too long. We always used to come up to this area and enjoyed it. So my wife and I decided we wanted to move to Delavan, so we live here in Delavan, and the practice is just opening up, and just wanted to be able to offer. Kind of looked at the area and saw that there were some older orthodontists in the area, but not too many young guys. So thought this might be a good place to settle down and open up a practice and get to enjoy all that Wisconsin really has to offer. So.
Well, that's great. Now you're married, you said?
Yes.
Your wife has, I think, a fascinating career. She's on a fascinating career path. Why don't you tell us about that a little bit if you don't mind?
Yeah, so she is currently, she's a violinist. She's been playing the violin since she's 5 years old, and she's currently the concertmaster at the University of Whitewater. So she plays with their orchestra and is involved in a lot of other local gigs and things like that. So she's trying to meet a lot of the musicians in the area, which she sort of knew because she's from Northern Illinois, but meet some more people and continue to play the violin. So she loves doing it.
That's cool. What a neat couple, right? I mean, the two of you do some great stuff. That's very, very cool. So I understand, and one of the reasons for us getting together today was I've heard that you've been doing some really interesting things with some of the private schools in the area. Why don't you tell us a little bit about that if you don't mind?
Yeah, sure. So basically what we've been trying to do is, I was a beneficiary of private education. I also went to public school as well. Both got a great education from both. But the public schools, I'm basically offering to them a 5% discount to students that go to those private schools. Basically, we pay, they come in, they get treatment, and then we give 5% of that right back to the school to continue with their education and things like that. And the school can, see fit how they want to use it. So we're working on getting that in place with many of the public or private schools, in the area.
That's great. So when they come in, they get their normal treatments that they would get anyway.
Right.
But then you take a portion of that and then donate it back to the school. That is really, really benevolent of you. Thank you. I mean, I'm sure those schools are very appreciative of that.
Yeah, it's just it's a good way to, like I said, I haven't been in the community long, but it's just a good way to get to know people in the area and get to know a lot of the kids in the area because, obviously that's who I get to see mostly. And I got into the field because I loved working with kids and I was beneficiary of so many things that kids in private and public schools get. And the other thing we're doing is working with a lot of the local, you'll see my name, unfortunately, all over the place with these little league baseball teams because I'm a big sponsor of those teams as well. So working with the kids in ways we can to just try to give back to the people that, are going to be people that I get to work with. So.
Right, and what you'll find is, with kids particularly, you get generations, right? So their kids have kids, and if kids no longer stay in the market, I'm sure
Exactly.
Some of the orthodontists in the area will tell you that.
Sure.
Now you've seen the show, so one of the things that I always do is I always give the guests a hard time and say, listen, we always want to give back to the people that take the time to watch our show on a weekly basis. Sure. What would you be willing to give the viewers of the show today?
Sure. So what we always do is, we're always giving free consultations. I like to make sure that we see kids as young as possible, usually by the age of 7, to make sure that we can minimize the chance that they're going to have more difficult treatment later on. So we're always doing free consultations, and currently being a new business and opening up, we're doing free records as well. So all the x-rays, the photographs, the impressions early on in treatment, we're doing those for free so people know what they're getting into before they sign the contract. And then what I'd be willing to do for people that are watching today is give a 5% discount off of our regular comprehensive fee for people coming in. So.
Well, and that's great. So what you'll see down below is you'll see a coupon that you'll have to bring in and give to Dr. Bray or his staff so they know that you saw it from the show, and then you'll get 5% off. Wow, so you give them all those free services when they first start and 5% off. Very, very generous. Thank you.
Yeah.
Now, I have a question for you because I have kids that are 10 years old. I have a couple 10-year-olds. And so if they haven't been in at 7, the sooner the better, right? So if I could get them in, we'd want to do that sooner as opposed to later.
Right. Yeah. Just 7 is just a guideline of an age that's a good time. At 6-year-olds, they're probably too young. They don't have any permanent teeth coming in yet. Once they start to get those permanent teeth coming in, whether it's 7, even as when they're 10 years old, the earlier we get to see them, the sooner we can make sure that there are less complications, so that we don't have to hopefully take out teeth or do things that are more dramatic for the kids. So.
Now I'm going to ask you a question, totally unscripted here.
Sure.
Do you have a Facebook fan page?
I do.
You do?
I do have a
So
Facebook fan
what
page.
you're going to find is not only are you going to find the coupon down below, but you're going to see the Like Us on Facebook logo as well. And that link will take you right to Dr. Bray's Facebook fan page. So certainly encourage you to go like his Facebook fan page. I imagine you give great information on there as well.
Try to, yeah, give some tips on what to do for braces or what's going on at the office and things like that. So,
well, cool. And if you like this show, a couple of things. One, really important. Above my shoulder over here, you're going to see a subscribe link where you can put your email address in. It's really important. We've had some technical difficulties over the last couple of months. Being a banker, not necessarily a professional videographer, if you will, getting that delivered. So do me a favor, go put your email address in there and subscribe. You will get an email back where you have to confirm your subscription. So it's a double opt-in process, but please do that. Secondly, if you've enjoyed the show, and I know I certainly have, if you enjoy the show, I certainly hope that you'll go and look below here on the very bottom, and you'll see Facebook and Twitter and LinkedIn and all of those social networks. Share them on your social networks. Share this video. I know Dr. Bray and I both would appreciate that. Once again, Dr. Bray, thank you so much for your time.
Yeah, thank you.
It's a pleasure as always.
It's always great to get the chance to, be with other local business people and support just your local businesses. So it's always great to be able to meet with you and appreciate your show.
Well, thank you. And once again, I would strongly recommend you take some time. If you have young children, please bring them in and see Dr. Bray. I think you'll be as pleased as I am at his service and what he does. So thanks again for watching the show. We look forward to seeing you next week on the Commerce Connection TV show. Bye-bye.